Every month, a ton of games look for your support through crowdfunding, and we scour through all the available games on Kickstarter to bring you our top 5 recommended indie games. Before we dive into our recommendations for October, let's recap the games recommended in September. Our first recommendation last month was the epic fantasy RPG The Iron Oath, which not only achieved full backing, but hit many of its stretch goals by achieving over double its initial $45,000 goal. If you back the game, you can expect a full release around March 2019. We are also pleased to tell you that the stylish loner Realm of Colours also achieved its backing goal, including the stretch goal that will see the game come to mobile platforms. If you back the game, you can expect a copy around August in 2018. Remember the 90s inspired brutal platformer that we absolutely sucked at? Well, we can continue to suck as Okinawa Rush hit its £10,000 goal. The demo can still be downloaded at the game's website, with a full release expected later this year. Initiative Red Dawn unfortunately didn't hit its $55,000 goal. The future of the aerospace business game is not yet confirmed, but hopefully it still has a chance of a full release. The stylish, rhythm-inspired boss rush game The Devil's 8 Kickstarter campaign is still running, but needs your help. Currently the game is sitting at 40% of its $33,000 goal. There's a downloadable demo if you need more convincing on why The Devil's 8 is worth your money. And now with last month's games recapped, let's dive into October's recommendations. My Time at Portia is a charming 3D sandbox RPG that draws inspiration from games such as Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon, but brings this inspiration together in its own world set among the remains of an ancient civilization. My Time at Portia opens with you setting sail for Portia, a luscious land steeped in history. Upon arriving, you come across a pretty beat up workshop that your papa left for you. It's this very workshop that the game evolves around, with the ultimate aim of you creating the most sought after workshop in all of Portia. To fulfill this quest, you'll need to venture through the different areas of Portia, from deserts to reefs and mines to highlands, all in search of the best resources. The sheer amount of exploration My Time in Portia boasts and the stunning Studio Ghibli inspired backdrop make this a game you should definitely check out. My Time in Portia even lets you try before you buy, with a mammoth 6 to 8 hour demo available through the Kickstarter page. You can grab yourself a copy of the game for $25 plus beta access. Alternatively, you can choose to take a console code with a PS4 version confirmed and with Xbox One and Switch versions in the works. You have until the 11th of October to help My Time in Portia reach its $100,000 goal. Dark Devotion is a brutally challenging pixel RPG that plays out in a mysterious temple, a temple that will challenge your devotion. The temple is split into 4 worlds. Each world offers different paths for you to move through. These different paths not only offer different enemies and bosses, but also different environments for you to battle through. Just be careful what paths you choose, as once you step down a path there is no turning back. Literally, the game shuts the door behind you. The RPG elements of Dark Devotion come through the weapons, each offering different qualities to help you create a build that suits you. The game is currently in development for PC, but developers Herbarian Workshop are very keen to bring Dark Devotion to all major consoles. There is a short playable demo available now on the game's Kickstarter page. You can bag yourself a copy of the PC version for $12 and have until the 16th of October to help Dark Devotion hit its €20,000 goal.
AC on your right, 20 meters. Other side of...
Got him, he's down.
Upon first judgment, it's easy to cast Hell Let Loose aside as another World War II shooter following the recent trend. Well, we're here to tell you that Hell Let Loose is nothing like the other historic shooters. In fact, it's best to not even see the game as a shooter, but more of a war simulation that plays out in a first-person perspective. The ultra-realistic gameplay of Hell Let Loose is designed from the ground up as a platoon shooter, where if you have any hope of succeeding, you'll need to work as a team. Online matches play out on atmospheric open warfare maps, all of which are populated with up to 100 players, tanks and artillery. These huge open-world historic matches feature several objectives, which make for ever-changing dynamic frontline. Due to the game's ultra-realistic gameplay, Hell Let Loose is only in development for PC. And although this type of game isn't for everyone, it definitely has a place on the market for the hardcore fans. The equivalent of $30 will get you access to the game's alpha, beta and full key for early access, and you have until the 30th of October to help Hell Let Loose hit its 130,000 Australian dollars goal. Freeman Star Edge is an ambitious open universe exploration game that pretty much lets you live how you choose in a vast galaxy. After you have been exiled to the edges of interstellar civilization, you must set out to forge your own destiny. At its heart, Freeman Star Edge is an exploration game. Every planet has its own organic feel. From lush vegetation to futuristic cities, there are tons of hidden gems to find among the stars in Freeman Star Edge. Now I know exactly what you're thinking, we've heard all of this before with No Man's Sky, so how is this any different? Well, first of all, there's actually stuff to do on the planets. Things such as trading, looting, recruiting, or even just visiting a bar. This universe is also home to a host of factions, and you can either join these factions or go alone and infiltrate their strongholds, getting your hands on some pretty sweet loot. What may be even more surprising about Freeman Star Edge is just how tactical the combat is. You'll need to navigate your team through stealthy approaches or all-out warfare, and once you've claimed a planet you can build your own settlement and economy on it. In all honesty, we've only just touched the possibilities in Freeman Star Edge, but you can check out the game for yourself as the alpha is available now through the game's Kickstarter page, and you can grab yourself a copy of the game in early access for $20 and have until the 2nd of November to help this planetary adventure game hit its $80,000 goal. Our final Kickstarter recommendation for October comes in the form of Terrain of Magical Expertise, or TOME for short, which is a 2D turn-based RPG game about a game. Players play as the young White Hat Hacker, a hacker that is using their abilities for a good cause. Our friendly White Hat Hacker has been gifted a copy of the latest MMO, and after logging in for the first time, has been greeted with an event titled the Campaign of Champions, an event that pits you against other guilds playing the same game. The 4-week event has some serious prize money at stake, but unfortunately a group of Black Hat hackers are looking to cheat their way to the top of the leaderboards. TOME is hugely inspired by 90s RPGs and has a pretty bonkers story to back up the inspiration. Everything you want from a turn-based RPG is there, from party management to upgradable skills, all while literally playing inside a game. You can try TOME before you commit to supporting the game, as a demo is available through the game's Kickstarter page now. $30 will bag yourself a digital version of the game, which is set for a full release around the end of 2018. And you have until the 5th of November to try out Terrain of Magical Expertise demo and help the game hit its $75,000 goal. That wraps up all of our Kickstarter recommendations for October. All the games mentioned in this video have got a link to their Kickstarter page below. And due to these games being on Kickstarter, if they don't reach their full funding, they're not guaranteed to get a full release. And for more indie game news and reviews, make sure you subscribe and check out indie-credible.com.